So when we were asked to do a small presentation for you guys, Chris and I decided that we were going to work on this jointly. Chris is my assistant fire chief for the Porch Bandit Creek Indians Fire Department. He's also the individual that handles all of my communication issues, upgrades, and writes our tribal homeland security grants. So what we thought, the first couple of slides just kind of shows you a little bit about who we are, where we're located, and a sneak preview of the reservation. I know as Chris presents our version of what ESF2 is and how we view and define communications here on the Porch Creek Indian Reservation. It may not be the same as other reservations or other communities, but what we have decided through the years is all about our community and our people. So our definition may not be the same as someone else's. Several years ago, you know, right now as always, before COVID and after COVID. So before COVID, Chris hosted a class for a couple of Saturdays of individuals who were trying to get their certification as ham operators to beef up that process in our county. We live in Escambia County, Alabama, which is about 50 miles north of Mobile, Alabama, which is a port city for ours, if you're not familiar with the state of Alabama. And so we thought it was a need for us to assist those individuals in our community. Chris can tell you a little bit more about what took place more so than I can. So I'm going to turn it over to Chris and let him talk about what we do.
All right. So did I fix the screen a little better for y'all? Did I take the notes away? Can you see the
Yes,
screen
it's
still?
perfect.
Okay, I thought it's been a while since I did a Zoom. So like April said, this right here is kind of really about us. You can read the notes there where we're at. We're located right on the Alabama-Florida line here. So we have a lot of interaction with other states there. I'll just let y'all read this real quick. Kind of give you a background history of us. And this was a little before my time. I'll come after this. Anybody got any questions as you're reading? I'll defer those to April.
We just figured it was a good way to let you guys know who we are. It's one of those things if we're all the way across the country from you guys. So this gives you a little way of knowing where we're located and a little bit about us.
This right here is kind of an aerial photo of the reservation. The main reservation is a little over 400 acres. It's not contiguous right here, but this is the main complex with our buildings and some of our housing. You can see there. I wish I was able to have a pointer and kind of point some things out. So as far as public safety, we have a full-time fire department, a full-time police department, have a staff of guys that answer calls. We have 7 on the shift at the fire department, 21 frontline guys that answer calls for us. They work a 24/7, a 24/48 schedule. Our police department has roughly 55 officers. And we have 2 gaming facilities that are not located on right here with the main reservation. They're 2 hours away. and around the Montgomery area. And so we have to provide police for that area as well. Like I said earlier, we provide more than we receive, but we provide and receive assistance from other agencies. We do a lot of interaction with state and government agencies. The bottom picture there, we did a hazmat drill back in March of 2009, and we did that with our CST, our state CST team. We partnered with them and pulled off and used some high school kids as our victim and all that.
I'm not familiar with Alabama. Is there a statewide mutual aid system?
Yes and no. It's not, we do have one, but it's run through EMA, and that's another conversation. It's kind of convoluted. It's efficient, but not as efficient as it could be. Let's leave it like that.
But we're working to make it better.
Oh yeah. Our current radio infrastructure here at the tribe is our main police and fire public safety. We run off a Motorola P25 800 TDMA system. We migrated to that roughly around 2013, thanks to Homeland Security money and through our tribal Homeland Security grants. Before that, we were analog VHF as the fire department right there, as you can see, and the police department was digital conventional VHF. We still have all that in the air as backups. Now, we currently have the capability of analog VHF, analog UHF, digital moto turbo system for our VHF. That's what our law enforcement was operating off of. It's not a mission critical, motor turbo is a business class radio system. So that was one of the reasons we migrated to a P25 mission critical platform. We are able to use a digital trunk motor turbo system. Our county volunteer fire association, that's what they run off of. So we have the capability to tap into that as well. That is a VHF system. Of course, we have our P25, and our casinos, our gaming facilities use the Next Edge system, the digital trunk Next Edge system. So here at the fire department and at our dispatch center, we have all the capabilities of all these platforms. The P25 is our, like I said, that's our main, that's what we do our business off of for public safety. We are a part of something called AIRS, which is the Alabama Incident Response System here in the state. There are 5 core owners who owns the core for the P25 system. They're all connected, so if somebody loses a core, they're automatic backed up. We have about 8 mutual aid channels that you're required to have in your radio throughout the state if you're a part of this. The goal is, to build this state system out throughout the whole state. The problem with that is the state is not funding anything. This has all been funded by local resources, and local agreements have made this system. The state has no funding towards this. That is a work that is in progress to try to make happen. There are a bunch of state agencies who use the system, but the state has not put no money towards the system. Any questions thus far?
Did you turn the light off in the back or something? You're very dark.
Yeah, I did. It's kind of real bright here with the computer screens on. As April spoke earlier, Yes, around probably the 2017, 2018 year, we did a ham class here. That was a big thing. Some people wanted it and we did it. We didn't have that capability really here. And it was put on by our local ham club. They contacted them and they come in and they taught the class, and I think we had about 8 people total, and they were all successful in getting their ham. So like I said earlier, most of our platforms of communication have been funded through the Tribal Homeland Security Grant Program. That this program has in the years past set aside $10 million just for the federal recognized Indian tribes in the United States. But out of those, there are certain criteria that you have to meet to be able to apply. So that has limited the tribes that can apply. There is a lot of conversation amongst the tribes to try to get those rulings changed, because as the criteria requires, there's only a select few who are able to apply and thus benefit. And we have greatly benefited off of it.
I have a question, sir.
Yes, sir.
My name's Steve Waterman. I'm up here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
The grant program is a FEMA program. Does CISA, Cybersecurity Infrastructure Security Agency, play a part at all with any of this?
No, sir, just FEMA.
Okay, thank you.
Now we have always done communications off that Homeland Security Grant Program. There's multiple facets of, you have to meet some of the, you can apply for a bunch of different stuff. We just always use ours for communications, but there is some cybersecurity stuff that you can work towards. And some of the stuff you ask for has to meet certain standards like SafeCom and some of that. We've never done the cybersecurity, so I'm sure there's some stuff they have to meet in that. This right here is a 200-foot self-supporting tower that our communications are on. This was funded through the Homeland Security Grant Program. That is our 7-800 system. We have one site right now, or we have 2 sites now. We've added another one since this photo was taken. So we have 2 sites. We have one located on our reservation, and the other is located about 30 miles away from here. But the reason we put it there is that's where our county jail is. And so we never wanted to lose communications with our officers taking a prisoner to the county jail. So our dispatchers have a constant communication once they leave the reservation till they get to the county jail. So we have some mass notification stuff that we use here on the reservation to reach the staff, to reach our tribal members. So as we all know, tornado sirens used to be a big thing. Well, now we use speakers here, and we use as a mass notification for folks out and about in the community, at our ballparks, in our office buildings who are out and about. We use a Edwards Hyperspike speaker system. We use it, and it's interconnected with a company called Weather Call Enterprises. It goes through our fire alarm systems here. We have a relay here, and Weather Call basically is a system that goes off the National Weather Service, kind of based off of severe thunderstorm warnings and alerts, and they can do lightning. We got different things we can do with them, and it's just a web relay in our firebox, and so we never have to activate it or nothing. It's automatically activated when Weather Call puts a polygon around the reservation at a certain mileage that we have selected. And this is a YouTube video. Maybe I can get it to play. I don't know if I can. Whoa. Sorry about that. Kind of new to this thing.
Well, Chris is trying to see if he can get that to play. The reason why we went to the hyperspike system is because we not only use it on the reservation, but we also use it in our hotels. And that is a way, because we have a lot of severe weather in the state of Alabama, and this is a way that we can quickly notify a lot of people of the same message. So we're not feeling around to try to determine who needs what message. That one message is sent out to everybody. We can also send out if there's an active shooter in the community. We can send out any type of messaging that we need to in the event of a man-made or natural disaster. And as Chris said, these weather sirens has went away because they're so expensive because they attract lightning. And when it comes to lightning, then it takes us anywhere for $1,000 to $2,000 to have the batteries replaced in a siren. So it was cheaper for us to go to this program, even though the upfront cost is a little expensive. It is just a lot better program, is a lot better process. And when we send out notifications, it is specifically for this Indian reservation. It's not for the whole county. It's not for the city that's close to us. It is specifically for our reservation.
Is that internet based?
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
For the web relay, for the, to activate the web relay. Now, we have two speakers that are located remotely from the main panel. Now they are connected via our internal fiber. That's how we have connectivity to them, is the fiber that we own. Now, to set the relay off, it is internet based, but everything else is internal, run by our fire alarm system.
Thank you.
That we own. Did that answer the question?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And we can also use this system to make announcements within buildings. So not only can we use the system to do messaging to the community, we can also do messaging to our buildings. One-stop shop, and we never. It's just easier for us. It's easier for us to do it in our hotels as well. We can let people know any message that we need them to know.
Hey, Chris, on your YouTube.
Yes,
Chris,
sir.
Unless you had selected when you brought up your desktop share, unless you had selected to add that audio, it may not play. We'll get the video, but not the audio from that YouTube.
Well, it was embedded in the PowerPoint when I put it on there.
Oh, okay.
I embedded the video and I watched it once already. I don't know if it's because of the way I'm sharing it.
It will probably be the same audio problem, even though it's part of your presentation there. But if you can find it, let's give it a whirl.
Yeah. I'll go back here in a minute. I'll finish this, and if y'all have any questions, and I can try to find it. Another platform we use a RAPIDcast system. This is a phone-based telephone call via it'll call landline, cell phone, text messaging, email. This is how we get our information out to our employees. We have two different portals. We have a portal that goes to our employees. Then we also have a portal that goes to our tribal members for communications. This is how, we let our employees know about severe weather, coming to work, that type thing. We can reach a bunch that way. And then a system that we did use, but is antiquated now, and we'll be looking at something different for it to be IPAWS compliant. Is we used to use a system here in Alabama called Alert FM, and it was basically weather radios, and the signal backhauled off FM radio stations is how it worked. And we had a portal, and we could send messages out to the people that had the receivers of this. We had code, our own codes that had to be programmed in them for them to receive these messages. But we are looking for something different now to be IPAWS compliant.
Does your current system that you were just described earlier, is that IPAWS connected into that at all?
Not the RATPAC, not at this time. That is something we are exploring.
Thank you.
And that is it that I had.
Do you have a ongoing working relationship with Alabama Emergency Management and the state SWIC and ESF2, et cetera?
Yeah, as far as the suite, yeah, and EMA, yes. I'll let April tag on the EMA part, but as far as the suite, yes, I actually sit. The tribe has a seat. We have a Public Safety Wireless Commission here in the state that is that was commissioned under a legislative act probably around 2017 to help public safety and all different types of communication issues, broadband and all that. And the tribe has a seat on that, and I sit on that as the tribe's representative. And the SWIC and every state agency has a seat. Every one of them are not voting members, but every state agency has a seat there, from the Department of Corrections to our Forestry Commission to our DOT. And
we're very fortunate. Our seat is a voting seat. And we know that a lot of tribes does not have that, but we do have a voting seat on that committee.
Yeah, I thought it was important to bring that up.
Yeah, we want everybody to realize that not only do we have a seat at the table, but we also have a voting seat at that table.
Steve, could you turn your video on, please?
And as far as emergency management is concerned, the state of Alabama considers us the 68th county in the state. So no matter what they give to the other counties, they also give to us. So we have a very close working relationship with the state of Alabama and Alabama Department of Public Health. So we are very fortunate in this state as far as the tribe, and have partnerships with other agencies. It's unusual for a tribe to have the type of relationships that we have with the state agencies, but we do, and we know how lucky we are.
All right, Tom, you got your hand up.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'm on the Emergency Preparedness Committee of the city as the representative of the fire department. And we got a proposal for one of those speaker systems. And our proposal included direct NOAA weather radio backup that just, in the event they lost the internet connection, the regular NOAA weather commercial type receivers in the control module would put the message from the Weather Service out directly. Now, we didn't get funding for that, so it never got off the ground, but does your system include that kind of backup?
What our system is, because several years ago, NFPA 72, which is the NFPA code that specifically deals with the fire alarm panel, it allowed agencies or owners to go in and use the alarm system for other information besides to notify you in the event of emergency that there has been a fire or something, or system has been activated. So what we did is we married the weather called enterprise system together, and we connected it to our hyperlink and our fire panel. What we did not want to happen is that we did not want there be a notification out to the community that we're under a tornado warning, and it would be for the other end of the county. What Weather Call Enterprise does is allow us to paint a polygon around this reservation, a 10-mile radius, and it only activates that system if there is an actual storm that penetrates that 10-mile radius around our community. And I will be honest, it is very expensive.
Do you use if the internet went down, what would you use the 167, the National Weather Service weather radio as an alternate, or where do you go for that?
So I think this system only really is an outdoor type system.
Right.
Anything else we would put out for anybody far as a weather alert would be through the RATPAC. The speaker system is only an outdoor warning system.
Okay,
So-
thank you.
So we encourage all of our tribal members and our staff to have a weather radio and certain weather apps on their phone.
Okay, Chris, could you stop your screen share if you're done sharing your desktop?
Well, this is the video. I was going to try to play it. Can you
Okay.
can y'all see it?
Let's see it.
Can y'all can y'all hear it?
It's starting.
A tornado has been located in your area. Please shelter immediately. I repeat, please shelter immediately. May I have your attention, please? A tornado has been located in your area. Please shelter immediately. I repeat, please shelter immediately.
The tornado box is in that building there.
A tornado.
That's about a quarter mile away. So what you're hearing is a quarter mile away.
Please shelter immediately. I repeat, please shelter immediately.
How many tribal members are there? There's approximately in our community, we have probably 2,200. And then the remainder of our tribal membership is all over the United States.
Okay, try and find it, John. You brought your hand back down.
Lightning has been detected in the area. Please take shelter immediately. I repeat, lightning has been detected in the area. Please take shelter immediately. May I have your attention, please? Lightning has been detected.
So that's how the system works. Were y'all able to hear that?
I think pretty well, surprisingly so.
Do you guys have tornado sirens?
Uh,
No, we did.
but
We did.
we don't keep them in service no more. We replaced them with that.
Okay.
Okay, John, you got your hand up first. You want to take it away?
Y'all run regular drills, and in particular drills with the mutual aid system?
When you say mutual aid system, what type of mutual aid system are you saying?
I'm wondering if you, for example, run a drill with adjacent counties, testing out the communication systems.
No, not like we should.
He's talking about you having mutual aid or NIFOG type frequencies in all the radios so that different agencies can speak to each other on those mutual aid frequencies.
Right.
I
So
think that's what he's.
So we do drills with the state, like I said, as far as that P25 system, having certain channels in that they do some COMEX exercises with the state before hurricane season. Far as locally, we have a bunch of, like I said, we have a bunch of different agencies that use a bunch of different platforms. In our county, We are the only P25, but we have built in, with every agency that we do mutual aid with, we have them patched in our P25 system through our dispatch console. So we control the kind of the where we go in mutual aid, so our guys can communicate. We have taken that responsibility on and kind of made it so we can communicate when we do help the surrounding community.
The statewide exercises are annually typically?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, Tom, you had your hand up there, accidentally put it down for you, but you got it back up, so take it away.
Our weather service office here was able to slice and dice the state so that the coding is down to the county level. And surely if they could do it here, they could do it there for you. And you could have the coding set up so that it was only the reservation. Because they've even got our county divided into 3 parts now because of the way the weather works here. And you might want to look into that and see if your weather service office could do that for you too.
Thank you.
Okay, Diana, take it away.
Thank you. I wondered, for your amateur radio training, how did you talk about it to your members to encourage interest, or to say encourage people who maybe hadn't thought about it before to go through all that training and actually use their licenses?
I don't know if anybody is using them now. We have at the time we had a monthly newsletter that we mailed out, and we just put it in it, and just whoever wanted to participate in it was how we did it. We just put it in our newsletter.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, Chris, all we're getting from you is blue screen. Did you switch cameras on us or something like that? Because all we're getting is a blue screen when you come on.
I did. I had somebody step in here for a minute.
Okay.
We're typically not at the office this late, so the firemen are very curious as to why we're still at work. Chris is at one station and I'm at the other the station on the main reservation. So that's what you're seeing and hearing in the background if you hear anything.
They're taking care of you.
They're being nosy. They wonder why we're still here.
Go ahead, Barry.
They want some of your food.
Yeah.
Yep.
Victor, you want to take it away? You got your hand up. Victor.
I heard some cross chatter in there. I wasn't sure you called me. Thank you very much. I missed the count. How many amateur radio operators do you have involved in the program?
We had 8 go through the class. Now, how many are still active? I have no clue.
Thank you.
Do you drill with your amateur radio operators at all?
Only when we do the statewide communication system, ham operators are involved in that. But just far as us as an agency, no, we do not.
Okay. Anybody else got some questions out there?
We're good in chat.
April, this has been a great presentation. Appreciate you and Chris coming on and doing this for us.
Absolutely. Thanks for the invite.
And I love your accent. Of course, I'm from the north.
Yeah, we have a little Southern twang going on, so I'm glad that y'all can understand what we're saying.
Well, I don't hear it.
Yeah, but see, you're from Tennessee, though.
Okay, making another round here. I want to make sure we catch everybody. Are there, by raise of hands or in chat, are there any more questions here?
curious, Dan, to ask them, they're from Escambia County. Do they work with Escambia County in Florida at all? Since I think you're just north of them.
Yes, we do. Mhm. We sure do. I can be in Escambia County, Florida in about 5 minutes from the station I'm at.
Yep, it's beautiful county, beautiful area.
All right, with that, I'll open it up for comments of any kind, and we'll start wrapping this up. It's been a great presentation. Thanks again, everybody.
Thank you.
I want to thank you, April, and both of you for coming in here, Chris, and educating us. I've got a lot of curiosity because we have a lot of people in the state of Washington and up in the Region 5 in the Michigan, Wisconsin area, and it's all indirect information, and it's nothing like hearing it from the horse's mouth. You know, really do appreciate you doing this. And
Well, the funny thing is,
I was at a plenary, a FEMA gathering in Atlanta with April, and man, she was holding her own. So I figured that she would be great coming on here and describing how things really are.
well, the
As
unique
opposed
thing
to
about
how we think they are.
Well, the unique thing about this is you're getting our tribal perspective. If you talk to every federally recognized tribe, they're all going to be different.
Right.
Well, that part really needs to be all individuals. Brian, you got your hand up, sir.
Yes, good evening. Hopefully you can hear me. I have my other mic on. I just had a question in chat. I was just asking if the tribe had asked for any or has any interest in Oxcom or any of the NIMS, ComT or ComL type classes as a just to help with their emergency communications.
So our state EMA does that, and we have participated in those classes. Our state EMA holds those.
Okay, as a federally recognized tribe, though, you can get your own, correct?
I think they go through the state TA catalog.
Well, we'll check on that. Okay, thank you. Just curious.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anybody else?
Clear in chat.
Okay, with that, I'm going to say 73 to everybody. Have a great weekend. See you all next week.